Hare Krishna Mataji. Dandavad Pranam.
Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mataji, for joining.
Thank you, Prabhu. So, Hare Krishna, thank you, Rathayatra Prabhu, and thank you, Tanigevel Prabhu, for today's session, and we welcome all the devotees. Today's topic is quite an interesting topic, which we all would like to hear. It's about Lord Jagannath and also about the Rathayatra festival, because East London Rathayatra is approaching soon. It's nice that we hear more about the glories of Jagannath and also the Rathayatra, the importance of Rathayatra, so that we ourselves can appreciate it. And we can be very thankful that how we all are taking part, blessed to be part of this festival. And we can also make others blessed, we can be inspired. So it's important that we try to hear more. So we will start the session. I'm very sorry. I think Devika and Dishka did the Kirtan, Prabhu.
Yes, Mataji, they were singing Jagannath Ashtakam.
Oh, Jai. Wow. I missed it. It should be amazing. Thank you so much. So relevant for today's topic. It is an amazing Ashtakam, actually sung by Mahaprabhu also sang when he was in Jagannath Puri, and originally sung by Adi Shankaracharya, isn't it? By Shankaracharya, isn't it? Yeah, so it's very amazing one. That's very nice that they sang today. Thank you, Prabhu, and thank you, Devika and Deshika. So we will go ahead and offer our prayers. Om Ajnanatimmirandasya Jnananjana Shalakya Chakshuranmilitamena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Mukam Karoti Vachalam Pangum Lankayate Girim Yatkripatamaha Mandeshi Gurum Dinatarinam Paramananda Madhavam Shri Chaitanya Ishwaram. Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Prestaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Nitanamine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Pashyata Deshatarine Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shiva Sati Gaura Bhaktavranda. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Vancha kalpatarubhyasya kripa sindhubhya vacha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda ki jai. Shri Rathayatra Maha Mahotsav ki jai. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Can you hear me, Prabhu, clearly?
Yes, Mataji.
Okay. So, yeah. So basically, we all have attended I think many of the devotees who are in this forum have attended Rathayatra in many places. I think the last week, if I am right, yes, last week we had London Rathayatra, isn't it? It was so wonderful. I think how many of you here got the opportunity to attend this festival? Please raise your hand. Jagannath London Rathayatra, I can say, yeah. I think many of the devotees here. Yes, slowly the hands are coming up. It was really ecstatic, wonderful. Yeah, of course, we were desiring to see Lord Jagannath, Baldev and Subhadra Maharani in separate carts. But I think they wanted to be together. So in one cart, they all came. But it was so wonderful, so amazing. We could see many of Srila Prabhupada's disciples. Thank you. Thank you all who joined, who could join for the Rathayatra, and I think many more as well. This was really amazing. So many Kirtan parties. It reminded us of the Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's time, how Lord arranged so many Sankirtan parties. So it was such an amazing sight, and we could see devotees from all over UK. many devotees whom I didn't see for a very long time. I didn't get an opportunity to see due to pandemic. We got the opportunity to see them. So it was really really amazing. So very soon we have our East London Rathayatra also. I think there is a slight change in the dates, which I will announce at the end. So Lord Jagannath, Baladev and Subhadra Maharani. So people who have not seen Lord Jagannath, have not heard much about Jagannath, he looks little different, unique form. And who is Lord Jagannath, by the way? Lord Jagannath is none other than Lord Shri Krishna himself. The blackish personality, complexion with very big round eyes, with a beautiful smile. That is Krishna himself was appeared as Lord Jagannath. So we will see why he had got that form. So it's Krishna, and Balaram is the elder brother, as we know, and Subhadra is the sister. So Krishna, Balaram, and Subhadra Maharani. Jagannath is Lord of the universe, same Krishna, but with a special, with this form, how the Lord is taking care of all the living entities. Very, very unique, special, loving form. So the scripture says why the Lord comes in this very special form, unique form. So if you see in the Puranas, it is mentioned that there was one great king by name Indradumna. And this Indradumna Maharaj, the Lord came in his, the long story I'm cutting short, that he got a dream in that the Lord, gave the promise that he's going to come, and show darshan in the form of, he will be coming, he will be holding the form of wooden logs. He said, the king, you go to the ocean, there will be 3 wooden logs floating and coming. You please pick them up and bring to your palace. And I will personally come and carve them. So Indradumna Maharaj was so happy, so pleased, and he went. And when he went, he saw in the ocean, as mentioned by the Lord, 3 big wooden logs floated and came. So then they brought those wooden logs back to the palace. And then Krishna himself came as Vishwakarma, the spiritual architect. And he told the king that with one order, with one condition, I will carve the deities. And what is the condition? He said that for 21 days, you should not open this door. And I will carve the deities. So King Indradumna was agreed for that proposal. And then the Lord locked the door. And then he was carving the deities. So in the meantime, what happened was King Indradumna had a wonderful queen by name Gundicha. So Gundicha Maharani, the Queen Gundicha, she became a bit anxious that 15 days gone, but we are not able to hear any sound now. I mean, is the person, the carpenter inside, is he working, or he's alive, or he's dead, or what is happening? So she was quite curious, and he told King Indradumna, you please open the door and check it out, because we are not able to hear any kind of sound. So it's a bit concerning. But the king said that, I don't want to, break the promise, because I told that 21 days he asked for time, and I agreed for that. So let us wait. But because Queen Gundicha was so anxious, and she was kind of requesting the king opened the door. So when he opened the door, the deities, there was it looked like the deities were not complete. And they could hear a sound, from the sky saying that, do not worry, my dear king, because you opened the door before the committed time of 21 days, the deities will remain like this. But please start worshipping. and bring Lord Brahma from the Brahmaloka, and you install these deities. So this was the instruction the king got. So, but the king became very disturbed also, that this, then he was happy. So it is not just because Indradumna Maharaj, Queen Gundicha requested the king that because of that the deities look like this. But there is also a very internal reason. Whenever the Lord appears, there is an external reason, there is an internal reason. So when we see the confidential or a secret or an internal reason, there is another reason why the Lord wanted to come in this particular form. It is not just because of Indradumna Maharaj alone, but there is a very deep reason behind the Lord having this very unique, special form. What is that? So this is a very beautiful story. As we all know that Krishna, when he left Vrindavan, when he went to Mathura, then after Mathura, he killed Kamsa, and then he went to Dwaraka. He married the queens, 16,108 queens in Dwaraka, and Krishna was ruling Dwaraka as a king. So that time, the queens, they were looking after Krishna so wonderfully. Even though they were queens, they could have done many things through the maid servants, but yet they did so many things. They were personally doing it for Krishna in detail. Yet they saw that Krishna was always talking about the devotees in Vrindavan, the Vrajavasis. Krishna was always absorbed, calling Mother Yashoda, Nanda Maharaj, the cows, the calves, the gopas, the gopis, and especially Srimati Radharani. He was always calling out Radhe, Radhe, Radhe. So the queens were wondering, we are doing so much service for Krishna, but Krishna is always absorbed in calling out the names of Srimati Radharani and all the other wonderful Vrajavasis. Who are they, by the way? What kind of love they showered upon Krishna, that Krishna is so much remembering them. So they were so eager to know about Krishna's childhood pastimes, because Krishna's childhood pastimes in Vrindavan, that he had, all these wonderful personalities serving him so intimately. So they were so eager to know about the childhood pastime. So they were wondering, whom should we go and ask? Then they remembered, Rohini Mata, mother of Lord Balaram. She has witnessed the entire childhood pastimes of Krishna in Vrindavan. So then they thought, that will be a wonderful choice. And in fact, Mother Rohini was there in Dwaraka at the time. So they became so happy. So we are going to hear from Mother Rohini what is special about all the Vrajavasis. So then they all gathered together and they asked Mother Rohini, could you please narrate the childhood pastimes of Sri Krishna? So Mother Rohini said that, no problem. The childhood pastimes of Krishna are so special, so sweet, so wonderful, so beautiful. But I have one condition. You see, Krishna and Balaram should not hear this narration. If they hear the narration about their childhood pastimes, then we will get into problem. So we should stop Krishna and Balaram from hearing this narration. So what shall we do? So then they decided that, okay, so now we will request Sister Shubhadra, Krishna's sister Shubhadra, to guard the gate, so that she will stop. If Krishna and Balaram are coming, she will give a signal to Mother Rohini, then Mother Rohini will stop. So they planned everything so nicely. And Shubhadra also was so happy. And she said that, okay, I will do this, take up this service. And all the queens were very, very eager to hear from Mother Rohini the childhood pastimes of Krishna. So everything was set, ready. Now Mother Rohini started narrating the sweet pastimes of Krishna in Vraja. So when she started narrating, it was so sweet. Already it is very sweet. And when she narrated it, it became even more sweeter and sweeter. When the pure devotees narrate, it becomes even more sweeter. So then when Mother Rohini was fully absorbed narrating the pastimes of Krishna, then what happened? Subhadra Maharani, she got so absorbed and lost in the pastime that she lost all her external senses. And she was, gone into ecstasy. And her arms, the arms and legs all got disappeared inside her body. And she became so ecstatic, like a tortoise, everything, all these limbs got withdrawn inside the body. And she didn't even realize what's happening. In the meantime, Krishna and Balaram were in the assembly hall because Krishna was king. So he was attending the assembly. But he knew very well that Mother Rohini is narrating the childhood pastimes. So Krishna and Balarama immediately left the assembly hall and they ran coming to hear the pastimes. And when they came, they were stuck in wonder to see Subhadra. But Subhadra got completely lost. She didn't even realize that Krishna and Balaram came. Why Sister Subhadra was put in the gate? To inform Mother Rohini to stop, right? But she completely forgot and she's in complete ecstasy. Then immediately, what did Krishna and Balaram do? They went in one side, Krishna went to one side of Subhadra and Balaram stood on the other side of Subhadra and they started hearing their pastimes. And when they heard, they also got overwhelmed with the love of the Brajavasis. And their limbs also got withdrawn and disappeared inside the body. So this was the ecstatic form. And when they were in such a great ecstasy, that time Narada Muni came. And when Narada Muni saw this form, he became so ecstatic. He was jumping in joy and dancing. And then immediately, Jagannath, Krishna, Balaram, and Subhadra, they understood, they came back to their external senses and they manifested their original form. But Narada Muni said, oh, I have seen it. Don't try to hide this beautiful, ecstatic form. My dear Lord, please don't hide it. I've seen it. It's so amazing, so wonderful. So then Narada Muni requested to Krishna, oh, my dear Lord, this is such an amazing form. It's a form which shows the love in separation of your dear devotees, the pure devotees of Vrindavan. So please do not hide this form. The whole world should be able to witness, to worship this beautiful form of yours. So kindly manifest this form. So Narada Muni also requested. So that is the reason the Lord appeared in Jagannath Puri as Lord Jagannath. The form of Jagannath is a form of ecstasy. It is a form of Mahabhav, a mood of overwhelming love for the Vrajavasis. An overwhelming love, an ecstatic love for Srimati Radharani and all the gopis in Vrindavan. So that is why it is a super special form of Krishna. Krishna in his super excellent, super special form is Lord Jagannath. Krishna himself, the form of Krishna is so sweet and wonderful, but the form of Lord Jagannath is even more special and ecstatic. So that is the reason we see in Jagannath Puri, Lord Jagannath, Baladev and Subhadra, with their, arms and legs withdrawn inside, disappeared inside the body. That is because of the ecstasy. That is because of the love in separation of the gopis and Srimati Radharani especially. So that's why it is a super special form. We are so blessed by the mercy of Srila Prabhupada that we could worship this ecstatic form of Krishna along with his brother Balaram and sister Subhadra. Okay, so what is Rathayatra all about? So Rathayatra, Srila Prabhupada gave a very wonderful talk before heading to Trafalgar Square. Srila Prabhupada gave a talk in London in 1972, July 13. In that, Srila Prabhupada mentions Rathayatra. What is Rathayatra all about? Very short and very sweet and very simple words. Srila Prabhupada said that, he said in the middle, he says, Rathayatra is a feeling festival for Vaishnavas. What a word. Feeling festival. Feelings festival, actually. It's a festival of feeling love. It is a festival of love. So here Rathayatra, Srila Prabhupada mentions that during the time of eclipse, so once there was a lunar eclipse. Is it a solar eclipse or a lunar eclipse? Anyone remembers?
It was lunar eclipse.
Excellent. Thank you. Thank you, Prabhu. So it was a lunar eclipse, and all the, those days people during eclipse, they go and take a dip in the sacred rivers, especially place of pilgrimage like Kurukshetra. So Krishna from Dwaraka, he went along with his queens to Kurukshetra. So when at the same time, Krishna's mother, father, friends, and the Gopas and the Gopis, they also heard that Krishna is coming to Kurukshetra. So they also came to Kurukshetra. So of all the Gopis, as we all know, Srimati Radharani is the chief, the topmost devotee of Krishna. So Radharani, when she saw Krishna, like a king, wearing crown, wearing, the gorgeous attire, like a king, Radharani said to Krishna, I am here, my dear Krishna, you are here, I am here, but we are missing Vrindavan. This is words of Srila Prabhupada, we are missing Vrindavan. So I wish that, I can take you back to Vrindavan and we can enjoy in the forest of Vrindavan. So this Rathayatra festival is the festival of taking Krishna back to Vrindavan. So also Srila Prabhupada mentions in that, the Gopis also mentioned that, Radharani mentions that the taking Krishna back to Vrindavan, our hearts are non-different from Vrindavan. So Krishna, please put your lotus feet in the Vrindavan of our hearts. That was a request made by the Gopis, and it melted Krishna's heart. So Srila Prabhupada mentions that Rathayatra is a festival of taking Krishna back into our hearts, because Krishna resides in all our hearts, right? As super soul, is residing in our heart, but we have forgotten him. So in order to manifest that home in our heart, welcome Krishna back to the home of our heart, the heart should be clean, right? We want to invite someone great, supreme, the Lord, we want to invite the Lord to our home. The home should be clean. And Prabhupada mentions that presently our heart is contaminated by lust, anger, greed, envy, illusion, and pride. All these things are in our heart. So it's fully contaminated. So it's an opportunity for us to cleanse the heart, so that the Lord can come and reside. So Rathayatra is also all about It's a meditation of bringing Krishna back into our hearts. That is to make our heart clean, by chanting the holy name and by performing devotional service, bringing Krishna back into our hearts. So this was a simple but a very sweet description given by Srila Prabhupada. So it is a festival of love, and also Prabhupada at one point mentions that it is an emotional act of devotional service where gopis within gopis are requesting Krishna to come back to Vrindavan. So Srila Mahaprabhu also experienced the joy of being reunited with Krishna in Vrindavan when he was dancing in front of Jagannath Rathayatra. So it is a very, very beautiful festival. When we are going, attending a Rathayatra festival, whether we may be the host of the festival or we are the guest in the festival, when we are pulling the chariot of the Lord, this is the meditation. So how Krishna is also eager to go back to Vrindavan. It's assisting the gopis, Srimati Radharani, to take Krishna back to Vrindavan. And as Srila Prabhupada mentioned, that we are we are bringing Krishna back to our hearts. So we want our heart to be clean, so that the Lord can come and reside eternally. So that's the meditation. So it's full of feelings and emotion. How Radharani and the gopis and all the Brajavasis were so eager to take Krishna back to Vrindavan. So that's the mood of Rathayatra. But there is also, just like in a very deep and another confidential story behind Rathayatra. In this story, we see that once Krishna in Dwaraka, as we were mentioning, he was always absorbed, though he was physically present in Dwaraka, but he was always absorbed in the mood of Brajavasis, remembering Mother Yashoda, Nanda Maharaj, Sridham, Sudam, all the cowherd boys, and all the gopis, especially Srimati Radharani. So once Krishna was calling out Radharani's name, and then he fainted. And when Krishna fainted, Narada Muni came there. And Narada Muni was wondering, oh, now Krishna fainted now. So we have to wake him up by how we will wake him up and what shall we do? So he was thinking about it. And then by the time Uddhava also came there, and then Balaram, Krishna's elder brother, also came to that place. So now 3 people are there. So Krishna has fainted, he is lying down, and now Narada Muni, then we have Uddhava, and then we have Lord Balaram. So all 3 are there. So they are discussing now what to do now, how to wake up Krishna now. So then Uddhava said, it's so simple, we have to just, if we call out, Radharani's name, you sing the kirtan, the names of the Brajavasis, Krishna will be up, so it's not difficult. But then Narada Muni said, okay, yeah, that's true. But once Krishna, comes back to the external senses, then he will say that I want to go to Vrindavan. Then what shall we do? That means we should make everything ready. Let's make a chariot ready with a chariot driver. Krishna's chariot driver, anyone remembers his name? Name of Krishna's chariot driver?
Daruk.
Yes, Daruka, brilliant. So Daruka is there. So Daruka, so let's keep a chariot ready with Daruka. So if Krishna says that I want to go to Vrindavan, then we immediately, we can send him. So then Uddhava said that, okay, that's fine. But if Krishna goes to Vrindavan, it is very difficult to get him back. That means he won't come back to Dwaraka. So what shall we do? How shall we handle this situation? So Narada Muni said, okay, you do one thing. Uddhava, you better go first. And then make and tell all the Vrajavasis that Krishna is going to come, but you should not cry. Because if Krishna sees you all are crying, then he will become very disturbed and he will remain, So they made a point that you should all be very happy and, help Krishna, to carry on his responsibilities. So you should all create a very nice, happy mood of it, atmosphere in Vrindavan. So Narada Muni said, Uddhava, you please go and convince all the Vrajavasis. Uddhava said, yes, I can, but I wish to do it. But you see, I don't think so I can really do it, because earlier Krishna sent me to Vrindavan. If you remember, Krishna sent Uddhava as a messenger, right? So he sent me and I was there nearly for 11 months in Vrindavan, but I could not convince any of the gopis. In fact, I got convinced by the gopis. I went to teach them, but actually I got lessons. I got defeated by their love. I got defeated by the spotless, unalloyed love of gopis for Krishna. So even Uddhava said, we know that Uddhava wanted to become a blade of grass in Raja so that, the gopis can keep their lotus dust upon his head. So Uddhava said, if I go back, what can I do? How will I be able, if I could not convince them for such a long time, what can I now go and say? And I told them that, so no one will believe it, and no one will take my word serious. So it's better that I don't go. So then Narada Muni said, why don't Balramji, you can go, no, you can go and convince them. Lord Balram said, yeah, true, I can go. I also went for a couple of months in between, when I was in Dwarka, I went to Vrindavan, but I told everyone that I will bring Krishna back. But then Krishna said that, I have a lot of responsibilities here, and then Krishna never went. So they won't believe me. So then what to do now? So when they were discussing all these things, Subhadra Maharani came. And then she said that, yeah, I can go. I can help you. Okay, that's very nice. And then because I am also, I've never been to Vrindavan. Okay, Uddhava went, Balram went, but I didn't go. So they will definitely hear me. So it should not be a problem. So I will go. Okay, then when Subhadra said she will go, then Balramji said that, yeah, I will also accompany Subhadra. That should not be a problem. Let Subhadra do all the talking, but I will accompany her. Okay. So then they decided, so another chariot. So 2 chariots were made. So one for Subhadra Maharani and another one for Lord Balaram. So the chariots, they started going. But Lord Balaram chariot reached first. And then Subhadra also came there. And then when they came, it was quite a different scene, because what happened was that time, I think it is Nidhivan, that Radharani was in such a condition that it looked like she will leave the body anytime in separation of Krishna. So Radharani was lying down in separation of Krishna. She was not showing much of physical, movements, and the entire Vrindavan, all the Brajavasis were surrounding Srimati Radharani. They were crying, and the gopis were crying, and everyone were crying. It was such a different, very, very deep and sad mood. And so that time, Subhadra and Lord Balaram, both of them came there. So what to do now? This is a situation. And all these Sakis, they were surrounded, the Ashtasakis especially, they were closely surrounding Radharani, like that. And one of them are fanning, one of them is telling Krishna's name in Radharani's ears, someone is massaging her lotus feet, so this is the situation and the condition in Vrindavan. So there what happened, somehow Krishna, so once when Balaram and Subhadra Devi came, then Narada Muni started calling out Radharani's name, and then Krishna woke up, and Krishna was in great ecstasy. So now he took a chariot and Krishna also came there. When Krishna came there, when he saw Radharani's condition, Krishna fainted. And Radharani, seeing Krishna, she came back to her senses. So now Radharani is fine, but Krishna fainted now. So what to do now? So then Radharani said to Lalita Sakhi, okay, you arrange a breeze in such a way that the breeze touches my body, and then that aroma, when Krishna, fragrance, when Krishna smells, he will be back to his senses. And same way when Lalita Devi did it, Krishna also came back, and Srimati Radharani was, then Srimati Radharani requested, many things happen. We will come to the essence of the pastime. So then Srimati Radharani requested Krishna, that this is a very, very special form of Krishna in ecstasy. So Radharani said that I would like to, see you in this very special form. And because Balaram and Subhadra also came here, so together I would like to see, in your ecstatic mood. So this is basically Krishna fainting in great love for Radharani. So Radharani wanted to see Krishna in that form. So that's why it is a request of Narada Muni, what we saw in the past time, that Krishna, in the earlier one, he assumed that form, special form, unique form. And similarly, the request of Srimati Radharani, and Radharani actually said to Krishna that, so because they all three came in the chariots, so first Balaram's chariot came. So that's why you see in the Rath cart also, Balarama comes first, and then Subhadra Rani comes in the second cart, and then Krishna came finally. Because everyone asked, all the Brajavasis, where is Krishna? Where is Krishna? And then they said, oh, Krishna, they planned that if someone asks us, we will say that Krishna is a king, he will take time to come. But when they saw, the situation was different. So that is why you see that the Rathayatra festival is also the chariot. They all three are coming to see the Brajavasis, to coming back to Vrindavan. So just like we said, the first pastime from Kurukshetra, basically Dwaraka, Krishna was brought back to Vrindavan, taking Krishna back to Vrindavan. So this is also, we see that Krishna reuniting back with his loving devotees in Vrindavan. So that is why it is a very, very special pastime of reuniting back with devotees. So that means Jagannath is so happy, so happy. And as we know, the pastime also in Snanayatra, the festival before Rathayatra, Snanayatra happens, and Jagannath is showered with love of his devotees, everyone pouring water on him, because Krishna, the Lord, is made of Daru Brahman, made of wood. So he is not given bath every day like the other deities. In the Panchaloka, every day they will be given bath. But the Lord, in his Daru Brahman, he takes bath once in a year, literally with water. But other days with the mantra bath. So that Snanayatra, 15 days after the Lord takes bath, then he becomes sick. It is mentioned that it is not a normal sickness. It's love sickness. Just like when someone falls sick, what happens? They would like the intimate people to serve them. When the closest people will become even more showering their love by taking care of them, right? So similarly, Krishna also wants to experience that love. So he falls sick, and then after that he comes out. So we see in Jagannath Puri represents Dwaraka, and then Krishna goes from Lord Jagannath goes to Gundicha temple, which represents Vrindavan. So from Neelachal, which is Dwaraka, to Sundarachal, which is Gundicha, the Lord goes for the journey from that is like the gopis taking Krishna back to Vrindavan. So this is the pastime behind. So it's all about love for his devotees. Krishna's love for his devotees and the devotees' love for Krishna. What a it is a competition of love. It's a competition of love, overwhelming. Whose love is, whose love is overpowering whose love? It's very difficult to say. Is it Krishna's love or Krishna's love, the devotee's love for Krishna? So Krishna has got everything. He's a supreme Lord. It is nothing that Krishna do not know. But one thing Krishna has not experienced, which is devotees' experience, is that love for Krishna. Because Krishna cannot experience his own love. Only devotees can experience his love. That's why devotees supersede Krishna in that. And Srimati Radharani. That's why Krishna himself comes as Lord Chaitanya, because as Krishna he cannot experience. So Krishna accepts his defeat and he takes the mood and complexion of Srimati Radharani to experience love of Krishna. What is that Radharani is experiencing, which I cannot experience? So even as Supreme Lord, he cannot experience something, but Radharani could experience. So that's why he comes, assumes, or he takes the mood and the form, form of Lord Chaitanya, accepting the complexion and mood of Srimati Radharani. So it's such a sweet festival, Rathayatra, all about love. So when we know this pastime, so when we perform our services, then we can get absorbed in this mood. So, and also we want our heart also to be, a place where Krishna can eternally reside. So cleansing, like Gundicha temple, Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu personally cleansed. The Lord personally cleansed along with all his associates. He took the broom, he took the water, and he himself was, with his own lotus hands cleansing the temple, showing us that before Rathayatra, how important to cleanse the temple where the Lord will be residing. Similarly, as Srila Prabhupada mentioned, it is Rathayatra is all about bringing Krishna back to our heart. That means now the heart represents here the Gundicha, the Vrindavan. So that means we need to really cleanse our hearts. And we need to prepare the place for the Lord to come and reside. So it's very, very nice meditation to work on and practically, not just meditate, but we put our efforts to see that each and every one of our heart can become that wonderful, spotless home for the Lord to eternally reside. So this is all about Rathayatra. And we can see that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, the benefits, there are n number of benefits mentioned. I actually gathered few, which I would read. My God, it is so amazing. So this is not only for us, that we should come and pull the chariot, but we should inspire. We want everyone to get this benefit. Amazing, amazing glories mentioned in the scriptures. Let me read it. Yeah. So simply stunning. My God, so much of benefits. Pulling the chariot and seeing Lord Jagannath sitting on the chariot. Lord Jagannath in the temple, seeing Lord Jagannath himself is so much of blessing, because he's ecstatic form of the Lord, most merciful. Just imagine someone is in a very loving mood, very blissful mood. They will be happy to give whatever we want, right? So Lord Jagannath, when he's coming out, sitting in the chariot, what is his mood? His mood is is completely filled with love and completely blissful. So in that mood, he's happy to give benedictions. He's very pleased, even with a little simple service. Even someone just, waits to receive him or waits to see him sitting in the chariot, Lord Jagannath becomes very pleased. You don't even have to do anything. Just to stand and receive the Lord sitting in the chariot. Just look, just get the darshan. That itself is so much of blessings. So in the Brahmanda Purana, it is said, a person who sees the Lord's Rathayatra car festival and then stands up to receive the Lord can purge all kinds of sinful results from his body. In the Bhavishya Purana, it is said, even if born of a lowly family, a person who follows the Rathayatra car, when the deities pass in front or from behind, will surely be elevated to the position of achieving equal opulence with Vishnu. Just imagine, not doing anything, just walking along with the Rath cart, whether it could be in the front or at the back. One receives an opulence equal to Lord Vishnu. Amazing, isn't it? The glories, if you see, it is mentioned, O Emperor, all the sights blessed by the glance of Lord Damodara in the course of Rathayatra, which follows his awakening, should be considered equal to Swarga. O leader of humanity, while pulling Sri Krishna's Ratha, every step becomes as good as a Vedic sacrifice. Dog eaters achieve the status of demigods when they watch Keshava on his Ratha, even if they do it out of mere curiosity. This is from Padma Purana. So again from Padma Purana, it is mentioned, even dog eaters achieve Lord Vishnu's association when they walk in front, behind, or on the sides of the Rath. On the other hand, even scholarly Brahmanas become dog eaters if they neglect Lord Janardana's Rathayatra. Okay. And in Narada Purana, it is a conversation between Lord Narayana and Lakshmi Devi. In that, the Lord reveals a person who once sees the deities there built by the Lord himself. That is Purushottama Kshetra. Okay, will easily find the path to reach my abode. When Vamana is seen on the chariot, Vamana means Krishna is seen on the chariot, the seer attains liberation. Narada Pancharatra. And what else it is mentioned in the Narada Purana? The benefit of one who is joining the Rathayatra, they get liberated even from Brahmana Hatya, the Brahmana Hatya dosha, killing a Brahmana. Even one is freed from the Brahmana Hatya dosha. It is, if someone goes in the Rathayatra, if anyone goes in a Rathayatra festival, takes part in the Rathayatra festival, what happens? It is equal to parikrama of the whole earth 3 times. Just imagine. Entire Bhumandala, the entire earth, if someone is doing a parikrama 3 times, that benefit a person gets just by walking during the Rathayatra procession. It equals the results of pilgrimage, a result of all the pilgrimage places in the whole earth. If someone is going to all the holy places in the Bhumandala, what blessing he will get? That blessing a person gets just by taking part in the Rathayatra procession. Not only that, he gets the benefit of bathing in many tirthas mentioned in the Shastras. Not only visiting the holy places, but all the holy rivers. If someone goes and take a dip, Yamuna, Ganga, Godavari, Saraswati, Narmada, all the holy rivers, what blessing a person he gets by walking in the Rathayatra procession. Amazing, isn't it? Yeah. And not only that, still many more are there. Anyone seeing the deities of Lord Krishna, Balarama and Subhadra, this is especially at Jagannath Puri, during their Rathayatra is buying a ticket to reach the supreme abode of Vaikunta. The Lord promises that his devotees could take all the pains to gather. This is at Puri. During the Rathayatra will end their miseries and may reach the eternal abode of Goloka Vrindavana and enjoy their life in association with Lord Krishna, Radharani and the close associates. Okay. Then one more glories we will read. Amazing. It is said that. Yeah. Srila Prabhupada also mentions that if one takes part in the Rathayatra festival of Lord Jagannath, he mentions this, that if you kindly see this Jagannath deities riding on these cars, on these processions, and as Chaitanya Mahaprabhu chanted the Hare Krishna mantra in front of this car, then according to the Vedic scriptures, in your next life, you will go back to Godhead. Okay, then it is mentioned one more glories we'll read. Yeah, it is said that the participants in the festivities will be blessed immensely by Lord Jagannath, Krishna, such as by the sight of Jagannath's merciful large 2 eye globes. The devotees will be blessed with astute purity of mind and spiritual elevation. Observing the Rathayatra will dissipate the sins committed by the embodied person in the past births. The accompanying person in the Rathayatra will receive opulence at par with the Lord Vishnu, even if he hails from a poor family. Dancing, singing, and chanting in the Rathayatra, the participant will be elevated to a level superior to yogis. And active participation in the Rathayatra by any means will receive the utmost blessings of Lord Jagannath. What else we need? And also, interestingly, the scripture says that he who does not follow the Lord in his chariot when he moves becomes a Brahma Rakshasa, even though he has destroyed all karmas with the fire of knowledge. Oh my God, from which one? Vishnu Bhakti Chandrodaya. Okay, so we can see lot of blessings, just by attending the Rathayatra festival, pulling the chariot, looking at, taking darshan of Lord Jagannath, just even walking few steps along with the Rath cart, and actively taking part in the various services of Rathayatra festival. So everything has got amazing blessings. Amazing. What else we need? This one statement, parikrama of the whole earth 3 times. It is something which we can't even imagine. And above all, Srila Prabhupada says one can awaken his dormant love for Krishna gradually just by taking part in the Rathayatra festival. So everything one gets, top to bottom, all the blessings one gets just by taking part in the Rathayatra. Is it difficult? And what we do in Rathayatra, are we sitting and doing some austerities, performing any austerities in Rathayatra? We are chanting, dancing, in fact, all chatting, eating nice prasadam. Everyone is blissful. You see in the Rathayatra, all the devotees look so smiling, happy, watching all the dramas, various performances, going to the various tents, and on the way, nice kirtana, dancing. Children can dress up so nicely and dance in front of the Rath cart. Are all these austerities or joyful things? Everyone would love to do it, isn't it? There is no austerity involved. So it is such a blissful festival, and taking part in this, it is not just blissful, but so much of blessings coming on our way. So why should we miss this festival? So we should take part very actively. And not only we want blessings for our family, we want everyone to get blessings. So whomever we know. In fact, there is a change this week. 18th was the planned festival, but it is getting postponed, as we all know, because of the final the funeral for Her Majesty the Queen is going to happen on 19th of September, which is a Monday. So this is a mourning period. So this so the council also is postponing all the different events to various dates. So it is moved to one more week. In fact, we should take it in a spirit of the Lord is giving us some more opportunity to invite more people to be part of this festival. And so take up this opportunity to invite more devotees, more people, so they also can get all these blessings. And also, last but not the least, want to say one more thing. Lord Jagannath is non-different. Lord Chaitanya is non-different from Lord Jagannath. That is included in today's flyer. So there is a pastime which says that once there was a Brahmana who was very poor, and he was thinking, okay, let me go to Jagannath Puri and pray to Lord Jagannath, because I don't think so anyone can help me in this condition, and hope by the blessings of Jagannath my condition may change. So with this hope, this poor Brahmana is coming to Jagannath Puri to take darshan of Lord Jagannath. And he's praying in front of Jagannath, that I'm so poor, I don't have any food, I don't have anything in my life, please provide me with wealth. So he was praying, and he's telling, and he's also praying to the Lord that if you do not provide me, I will give up my life, here. So in that way he was praying, and he was waiting for the Lord's mercy. And he was actually so hungry, so, kind of, in a very, very sad situation, pitiable condition, but nothing happened. He got a little food, but still his condition remained the same. So a day, one day went, second day went, third day went, he could not get anything what he was praying for. So he became very, very sad, and he thought, oh, Jagannath is not responding. Okay, let me go and give up my life, let me jump into the ocean. So he went to the ocean. So, and he was about to give up his life. That time, one very tall personality, he came out of that ocean, and he was walking. So when he started walking, this poor Brahmana felt that maybe this is Jagannath himself. Who else could come in this, very weird time? And so he was chasing him and then asking, oh, please, I know you are Lord Jagannath himself. Please, protect me and bless me with the wealth. So he was praying and going behind him. And he was in a crying mood. He was saying, if you are not merciful to me, who else will be merciful? I have nothing in my life. I have only taken shelter of you. So it melted the heart of the other person. And then he did not reveal his identity. But then he later said that, okay, come along with me. So he took him. He's none other than actually Vibhishana. In the Ramayana, we have Ravana's brother, the pious brother of Ravana, Vibhishana, King Vibhishana. So Vibhishana So he took this poor Brahmana and he took him to Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, because Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was present that time in Jagannath Puri. And this poor Brahmana, he stood outside and Vibhishana went inside. But externally speaking, he did not come like a king. He was looking like a Brahmana. He was very tall and hefty, but he changed his, form into like a simple Brahmana. So now, when Lord Chaitanya could understand that these two personalities are coming, so he told one of his associates, go and get this Brahmanas. So when the associate came and called for both of them, the poor Brahmana stood outside and the other Brahmana went inside and sat near Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And when he went, he fell at the feet of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, took him, and embraced him, and tears were pouring from his eyes. And they were exchanging a lot of very sweet words, and no one could understand what they were actually kind of exchanging. And no one has ever seen, any of the associates have ever seen this Brahmana, which is actually Vibhishana. And then the Lord said, the Brahmana, poor Brahmana who is standing outside, actually he's, by his past karma, he's suffering. But what to do in this world, people, when they suffer, they blame God, that he didn't do anything for me. When they get blessings, they don't give credit to the Lord. They take the credit. But when problem comes, they put all blame on the Lord. Actually, the Brahmana is destined to die. But because he has seen you, that is the power of a saintly person. When we see a saintly person or a saintly person, we get the dust of a saintly person, then even our destiny gets changed. So we see in this pastime also, the Brahmana, Mahaprabhu says that he is destined to die, but because he has seen you, now his karma, all bad karma is burnt off. Now you should provide him all wealth. He deserves that. So then Vibhishana fell at the feet of the Lord. Okay, my dear Lord, as you request, as you instructed, I will do it. So he came out and took this young poor Brahmana and then started walking. And then the poor Brahmana said, you came and you saw this sannyasi, but you did not go and see Lord Jagannath. Tell me why. And then Vibhishana said, this is Lord Jagannath. You couldn't, understand him. He's not different from Lord Jagannath. He has come as Lord Chaitanya, and you deserve now, as instructed by Mahaprabhu, I will give you, you didn't have any, because of your ignorance, you couldn't understand the Supreme Lord. Anyway, you will get your wealth. So let us go. But then the poor Brahmana understood, oh my God, the Supreme Lord is present and I am stupid, I'm running behind wealth. So he requested, Vibhishana to take him back to the sannyasi, that is Mahaprabhu. And when he saw Mahaprabhu, fell at the feet of Mahaprabhu and said, out of ignorance, I couldn't really recognize you, my dear Lord. You please give me, I'm taking a wrong diet. So please, you give me the medicine, proper medicine, and save me, and so that, I do not have to suffer in this material world. So then Mahaprabhu was so pleased, and then he blessed the Brahmana. He said that, you will be soon getting the shelter of Lord Jagannath. So we see that in this pastime, he prayed everything to Lord Jagannath. And then Lord Jagannath has come in the form of Mahaprabhu, and Mahaprabhu actually fulfilled all this. So he's moving Jagannath. Like one Jagannath is still sitting in the same place, that is as a Daru Brahman Jagannath. And the other Jagannath is moving Jagannath, that is Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. That's why Vasudeva Ghosh very beautifully sang that song. So we will sing this song because of the Rathayatra. Could anyone share this one? Jai Jai Jagannath. So in this also, Vasudeva Ghosh, one of the very close associate of Mahaprabhu, he says that Jai Gaur, Say Krishna, Say Jagannath. Lord Gauranga is not different from Krishna, and he's not different from Lord Jagannath. So we will sing this song and make the announcements. Prabhu, the host, is it Saraj Prabhu or Tanikevel Prabhu? Are you there? If we can sing, if we can put the song, or let me try.
Yes, Mataji. 1 minute.
Yeah. Jai Jai Jagannath Sachirananda.
Yeah.
So this is a very beautiful song. It says here Jagannath refers to Lord Jagannath also, but here also Lord Jagannath refers to Jagannath Mishra, Sachiranandan. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's father's name is Jagannath Mishra and mother is Sachi Mata. So Jai Jai Jagannath, all glories to Lord Chaitanya, who is the son of Jagannath Mishra and Sachi Mata. Prabhuvana Korejar Charanavandan. Prabhu, go down. So all the three worlds take shelter of his lotus feet. Then Nilachale Shankha Chakra Kadapadmatar. In Nilachal, in the Jagannath Puri, as Jagannath, what he's holding a conch, Changa Chakra Kadapadma. He's holding this 4 things, conch, chakra, club, and this. And in Nadia, what he's doing, in Navadip, he's holding a danda and kamandalu as a sannyasi. If you remember the, Sadbhuja form, 2 forms, 2 hand Krishna as Krishna holding the flute, and another 2 hands is Rama holding the bow and arrow, and another 2 hands holding the danda and kamandalu. So the same Lord. So then, if you go down, go up, Shiradar Bave Rebe Gora Avat. Keho Bole Purabete Ravana Badila, Golokera Vaibhavalila, Prakash Korila. So the same Lord, he came and killed the Ravana. And in Goloka, he's performing wonderful pastimes. And what mood he came? Shirada Bave Ebe. So he came in the mood of Radharani, the Bhava of Radharani. That's why he is Gora Avatar. Shama Sundar became Gaura Sundar. And what did he do? He came in that bhav to give the holy name. Hare Krishna Nam Goro Korila Prachar. So he gave out the holy name to everyone. Vasudeva Ghosh Bole Kori Jodaha Jai Gaur Say Krishna. So Vasudeva Ghosh is telling Jai Gaur. So Gauranga, you are non-different from Krishna and he is non-different from Lord Jagannath. Such a wonderful song. Jai Jai Jagannath Sachiranandan Tribhuvan Koreja Charanavandan. Jai Jai Jagannath Sachiranandan Tribhuvan Koreja Charanavandan. Lachale Shankha Chakra Kada Padmadar Nagiya Nagare Danda Kamandaluka. Nilachale Shankha Chakra Kada Padmadar Nagiya Nagare Danda Kamandaluka. Keho Bole Pura Bete Ravan Badila Golokera Vaibhavalila Prakash Korila. Keho Bole Pura Bete Ravan Badila Golokera Vaibhavalila Prakash Korila. Jai Jai Jagannath Sachirananda Tribhuvan Koreja Charanavandan. Shirada Bave Begora Avatar Hare Krishna Nam Gora Korila Prachar. Shirada Bave Begora Avatar Hare Krishna Nam Gora Korila Prachar. Vasudeva Ghosh Bole Kori Jodaha Jai Gaur Say Krishna Say Jagannath. Vasudeva Ghosh Bole Kori Jodaha Jai Gaur se Krishna se Jagannath. Jai Gaur se Krishna se Jagannath. Jai Gaur se Krishna se Jagannath. Jai Jai Jagannath Sachidananda. Tribhuvan Koreja Charana Vandan. So in the song also we see how Gauranga is non-different from Krishna and non-different from Lord Jagannath. So it's so wonderful that by the mercy of Srila Prabhupada, this Jagannath Rathayatra festival, once upon a time was only happening in Jagannath Puri, has now become worldwide. Every part of the world, people are celebrating Rathayatra. So the dancing Lord and the eating Lord. By the mercy of Srila Prabhupada, we could get shelter. We could get the opportunity to serve the eating Lord, Lord Jagannath, and the dancing Lord, Lord Chaitanya. So we are very, very indebted to Srila Prabhupada. So we thought this is part one we are doing today. Next week, by the mercy of the Lord, Krishna willing, we can do part two, which will be an exclusive session of Lord Jagannath Rathayatra and Srila Prabhupada. So we are going to see how Srila Prabhupada started this Rathayatra festival in his childhood, and later how in San Francisco, we will see some nice clips, videos, and also in London Rathayatra, how it started here, the devotees involved, and what are the various places in the world. When Srila Prabhupada was present, he personally, inaugurated the Rathayatra festival. And currently, in how many places this Rathayatra festival is happening, all this exclusive special session about Srila Prabhupada. This is an offering to Srila Prabhupada for all that he has given for us. So that will be next week. So we request all the devotees who have joined today to join again. And also please inform your friends, families, everyone to be part of this. So we can prepare ourselves. So Krishna has given us an extra week. So we can hear more glories. We can prepare our consciousness more nicely, wonderfully. So that, when the actual Rathayatra is happening, we are not just in Ilford Exchange Mall. We are not just in Valentine's Park, but we are actually in our consciousness. We are in Vrindavan. We are offering our gratitude to Srila Prabhupada. We are offering our gratitude to all the wonderful Vaishnavas who are helping us in cleansing our heart to make our heart a better place for the Lord to reside eternally. So in a mood of gratitude and with a proper attitude, we can actually pull the chariot, attend the festival, and serve Lord Jagannath in various capacities. So this is this is a chance for us, to deepen our mood, for this Rathayatra. So Shri Jagannath Rathayatra Maha Mahotsav ki Jai, Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. So it would be nice, Yogeshwar Prabhu is here. So Prabhu, it would be nice to hear from you. If you can kindly say about the festival moving to the next week and then few other things, that would be very wonderful to hear from you directly. Is that okay, Prabhu?
Hare Krishna, Mataji. Dhanavad pranam.
Very bold, Dhanavads. Yes.
Am I audible? My voice coming?
Perfect. Yes.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Hare Krishna to all the devotees. Please accept our humble obeisances. Yeah, sometimes, we make our own plans and then Krishna has a different plan. This is one of those days, actually. So as Mataji has just mentioned that that we have got one extra week now to prepare. So it's a mercy of Lord Jagannath. It's a wonderful opportunity for us to be prepared in a right way, in a right consciousness, in a positive and a proper attitude. So as you all know that in UK, it's a different period going on, and all the communities and different boroughs are doing different things to pray for Her Majesty the Queen Elizabeth II. So Redbridge Borough is also taking part in all those different arrangements and occasion. So they have basically contacted us, and they said if you can possibly move it a little forward. I mean, on the other side of the funeral day, that will be nice. Otherwise, it may look very odd, and because all their festivals are all cancelled. I mean, luckily by Jagannath's mercy, the Rathayatra is not cancelled. Actually, we are still doing it. But they said we have cancelled all the festivals, but since it's your very important festival, so obviously we can't cancel it. But if we can request you to move it to 25th. So obviously with the Prabhupada's mercy and the senior devotees' guidance and their blessings, we are okay to do it on 25th. So let's get ready for that. So it might be that, we might need to print some more flyers for the 25th, but we can do that. And all the department in charges, I guess, they all are here on the call, or if they are not here, we will be communicating with them. So those who are involved in any of the service or advertising or bringing all your friends and families, please be informed that the festival is still on, but it's not on 18th due to the funeral day is on 19th actually. So that's a morning period and it's just a day before. So everybody, I mean, most of the citizens of London will be going to Buckingham Palace. So they will be offering their final prayers to the Queen. So, so it doesn't look appropriate also to the ISKCON community to hold a festival just a day before. So we will be doing everything as it is, as in, the planning wise, with all the departments and all the communication and everything is going as it is. Just the day is from 18th, we have moved it to 25th. So the timing is all as it is as well. So those who are going to do service at 7 a.m. on 18th, they'll be doing exactly the same service on 7 a.m. on 25th of September. Yeah, I know that you must have distributed a lot of leaflets as well, but we are going to print the leaflets again for 25th. So it will be coming soon as well. So we might need to do probably a next round of leaflet distribution. And you can try your level best to forward the message in WhatsApp, in different social media, Facebook, Instagram as well, so that the people will be aware of the change of the plan. But as well as the physical distribution of leaflets will be happening with the new date soon as well. We have got the final confirmation of the borough very late today, so we couldn't do much action today. But from tomorrow onwards, from the morning itself, we will be communicating with all different departments, and whatever service we have given it to external bodies, we will be communicating with them as well. Yeah, so the traffic order has been signed. So they have moved the road closure order from 18th till to 25th. So that has been already done. And the park has been booked as well again on 25th. So most of the external things are done. But again, the advertising is something which we might need to do again and spread the word of the new date of 25th. But yes, by Lord Jagannath's mercy, it should be, obviously not any kind of issue or a trouble or anything. And people will have more time to come. And those who are feeling that, 18th, they can't come, they have a different date now. So on 25th, they can definitely come. And those departments who were not prepared, probably because of, I don't know if somebody was praying, that we didn't get a chance to prepare well. Can we get some more days to prepare? We don't know actually. So sometimes devotees pray something like that as well, and who knows, Jagannath can listen to anyone's prayer, So, and I mean, a lot of things may happen in the background, and Lord Jagannath, because he's very personal to so many devotees, you might have heard somebody's request or prayer like that. So in that way, they get a more chance, and they must be very happy. Okay, we got 3-4 more extra days to prepare our service. So we have to take it in that sense anyway, that it's a better plan. So Lord Jagannath is giving more opportunity for prepare it in a nice way, and offer it in a, from our heartfelt way as well. Yeah, so but yes, of course, if there is any question or anything, you can always contact Shrikant Prabhu, Vivek Prabhu, myself, or any one of your department in charges, because the communication is the key now, because we need to take this, and spread the word out to anyone whom you know or whom you have informed about the Rathayatra. Please, spread the word that the date is changed, so that they don't, come on 18th, or, if they have taken a day off on 18th, they can move it to 25th or not. Or if they have to come from a far distant place, they can change their plan well ahead, so that, we can give enough time or ample time to actually make their own convenient plans. Otherwise, if we don't tell them now, and they would have made their plan, or sometimes they book their ticket or anything like that, then it doesn't feel appropriate. So it's our duty to tell them well in advance. Still, 6 days to go. So if we tell them now, then at least, they can change their plan accordingly. So yes, Mataji, that was it from me.
Yeah.
But yes, of course, we'll keep communicating, and we'll keep updating with so many other things which is going to come.
Thank you, Prabhu. Yeah.
Thank you, Mataji.
Yes, thank you so much. So it's yeah, it's like so next week we will do the part 2 of this session with Srila Prabhupada's all this what I was mentioning earlier. So it'll be very nice. We can hear more about this festival and the connection with Srila Prabhupada. So it'll be very nice. So yeah, that's from me. And is there anything else we need to announce?
I don't know if Shrikant Prabhu or Vivek Prabhu are here on the call.
Yeah. So it's nice. We have the big chariot and the small chariot, isn't it? So till the time Jagannath, and we are also fortunate here in UK also, we have Lord Jagannath, Baldev, Subhadra Maharani in ISKCON London, Soho Street Temple. We can have their darshan. Yes, and we get the opportunity to serve. And not only that, Lord Jagannath comes to various places, even though, in the temple, Jagannath may not be there, but we are very thankful to Parashuram Prabhu that Jagannath is coming all over. Is bringing Jagannath. Jagannath very mercifully is moving. I think a few days back, there was Rathayatra in Brighton, I guess. So almost all the places now Rathayatra, so many places in UK, very, very amazing. And we are all being in East London, we are also fortunate to have Lord Jagannath Lord Jagannath in East London. So it's great. So we are very thankful to Srila Prabhupada and all the senior devotees for their blessings and mercy. Yes. So anything else?
Yeah, so just from Rathayatra point of view, as just it has been announced by Yogeshwar Prabhu that we got 1 more week to prepare ourselves better. So there are few departments where we are still struggling for the volunteer, especially kids area. So we need few more Prabhuji and Mataji to help the kid activity in art and craft. So if anyone is interested, or no, it's not only whoever is in call, in your Bhakti Vriksha, in your member, even family member can help. And secondly, we have we need one photographer or videographer who can take nicely pictures and video of entire event. There also we are lacking. So there are few departments where we are lacking, but we can adjust. Just we need some name who can help. Happy to help. It's no any technical or no any very high rocket science that no one can do, but it's willing to serve the Jagannath. So I will request each and everyone to double check in your BV outreach, Gita Gyan. If any of the member is not getting service, let me or Srikant Prabhu know. We will ensure we will give them the appropriate service. No one should be left without service. It's not the service only by some leader, by some BB leader or Dham leader. Service has to be given to new person is more than what we are doing since so many years. But what they are getting, new person. So identify such devotee. Start listing in your BB group. I know every BB has more than 25 person in WhatsApp group, but they should not be just for the namesake. Utilize their talent, utilize their time. They are busy every week. They can't join the Bhakti Vriksha, but they might come in the festival. They can help in some hidden talent they have. So please engage your BB members and communicate this. We need minimum 20 to 25 volunteers. We are still lacking even for the, we don't have enough SI stewards who can help us in proper procession. So far out of 15, we have only 7 SI volunteers. So that is also one pending list. Similarly, we need someone for kids section, photography section. So there are many sections we are still waiting for devotees to join and help us. So that is humble request to all whoever is participant. I can see there are 63 participants. So please spread this word. And as Yogesh Prabhu said, please also pass that festival date has changed. I will also put a generic message in all the more than 40 groups are there. I will put everywhere and communicate it. Thank you, Mataji.
Yeah, thank you, Prabhu. So it's well said. We want everyone to get the mercy of Lord Jagannath. We heard so much today and so much more to know. And what way we are going to help others. We want everyone to get the mercy. So as many people, whomever in your contact, could be from your office colleagues or your neighbors or from your groups, whatever classes you're doing, doesn't matter from where and which place, but whomever you know. So please take all your list out and then give them a call. Whether they could make it or not make it, it's at the mercy of the Lord, but it's our duty. Have I made the call? So let's open our phones. Each one has got so many contacts, could be someone, a friend somewhere in some place. So let's put the list. That's why 1 week extension is there. So let's use that, in the service of the Lord. So next Monday, when we are coming here, that 2 things we are doing is, one is we are giving call to all our local, all our contact list, welcome, inviting them for the festival. And also, if possible, if they have anything, they can be part of the service, as Vivek Prabhu mentioned. So by next Monday, all our service teams should have enough number of volunteers. In fact, it should be overflowing. That should be the spirit. So next Monday, that's what we are praying and hoping and expecting. For the Lord has given us this extra mercy for us. So please, whoever is listening here today in the session, if you know anyone, channel, streamline and direct them to the exact groups so they can take up some seva. Everyone is skilled in something or other. So something we can do. Even in the procession starting, I remember I think last year was good, that when the procession begins at 12 o'clock, many times devotees are so occupied in various services that in the beginning we will have less devotees, isn't it, Prabhu? And then in the middle we pick it up, like more people join. But it would be very nice also. So whoever, service, this is another service, to come and be there on time. And they also raise hands, sing and dance in front of the procession. So we have n number of seva and n number of blessings they can get. So please utilize this opportunity. Next Monday, we should be overwhelming response should be there. Already everything is, full. So that should be the spirit for next Monday. We are already ready for the Rathayatra. And then we will have, then it will be quite easy for us to, when the festival comes, we will be able to do, nicely we can actually celebrate the festival for the pleasure of the Lord.
Yeah, thanks, Mataji. Just adding one more point. Someone asked that, can we invite external volunteer? Yes, you can invite external volunteer. We have opened the door for service for external volunteer. More than 30 plus volunteers externally helping us this time, but still we are lacking. I don't know what is the barrier, but still we have more than 120 devotees strength in ELBB, but we have to go for external devotee. But if you don't have any service, reach out to your festival leader. So for Jagannath Dham, it's Ramesh Prabhu. For Dwarka Dham, it's directly Srikant Prabhu. And for Ek Chakra, you can reach out to Litan Prabhu. And for Mathura, you reach out to Shivam Prabhu or me. And find the suitable service, and we will try to help you wherever you are interested. So please spread out this volunteer thing, and we will help you here.
Yeah.
Jai Jagannath, Jai Baladev, Jai
Jai. Wow.
Jai Jagannath.
Jai Jagannath, Jai Baldev, Jai Srimati Radharani ki Jai.
Jai.
Shri Nitai Gaur ki Jai.
Jai.
Shri Panchatattva Bhagwan ki Jai.
Jai.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Haribol, thank you so much for all the devotees for joining today's session. We will meet next week. Thank you so much. Haribol, Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
Hare Krishna.
Haribol.
Hare Krishna.
Rathayatra Maha Mahotsav ki
Jai.
Jai.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare
This is the link for outside people. I know.